and stuff. It was cool.
Okay, Panda. Do they do this Panda Fest every year?
I think it's touring around. It's the first year I've heard of it, and so it came to our city, and my wife and I are both big, nerds with a lot of anime and food stuff. So we were like, let's get out there and give it a, she was excited. I said, let's do it.
Okay, so what was the highlight of this Panda Fest? What was?
Probably they had some sweet potato ice cream. That was nice. I had never had sweet potato ice cream before. But it was really good.
It tastes like sweet potato pie.
A
What
little
was the flavor
bit,
profile?
yeah, but also ice cream. It was cold,
Okay,
and the little chunks of sweet potato, like the crust and underneath. It was
okay.
delicious. I thought, it was worth coming out there. Everything's overpriced though. It wasn't really a lot of places to sit. I mean, it is a festival, so just letting y'all know if it's in your city, check it out if you're into it.
Okay, well, listen, we are here to experience life and experience life abundantly. We need,
Hmm.
especially in these times, we got to live. So we started something new in the studio last week that I'm going to try today. I don't know how it's going to work out. So a lot of trial and error with,
Okay.
live shows. So one of our producers, Tremell, she read the news. And so there's some updates and some stories. So we're going to bring her in to bring in the news. You want to turn on your camera? Come on. Oh, you don't have to be on camera, but if you do, then Rod can say hello to you. Let's
Oh,
welcome
that's
Tremell
true.
to the.
That's true.
Okay.
Hi, Rod.
Hey, Tremel.
How are you? I'm reading the news because you were absent. And
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
How are you?
Good.
That's
Okay.
good.
All right. So what do we have?
Well, we have a lot of stuff, with the news today. Um, Something from last week that we needed to follow up on. The outcome is not great. It's about that singer, David. I'm sure that
Okay.
you've heard
Wait,
about
before
that.
hold on, before we get into it,
Hmm.
Rod, do you know David, the singer?
I don't know his music. And
Oh,
I'm so
Good.
unfamiliar that every time I've seen his name typed out, I've been thinking it's D4VD. Like DVDs. I just been like, what?
right.
Why is this person in my life now? Why are there so many headlines about this person? How come nothing I've read is good? Like,
Well, here's a little Smiz. Let me hear this.
Where you find what you're looking for. I know it was fake too, but
It
it
sounds
was
like a lot of
real.
auto tune.
mm,
It's not in my
mm,
rotation at all. I've never heard any of his music
me
until
either. It's
I
really
had to
smooth
find a song.
sounding, like
They call it R
something.
and B, but I feel like we should have a
Yeah.
category called studio manufactured auto tune sounds for
Uh,
easy listening.
AR and B. Yeah.
A
Something.
AI R&B.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, listen. Think
Aaron
we need a
B.
term. R&B. Yes. Come on through, Rod, with the term. Okay, I'm sorry. What happened? What did so last week you told us there was a body found in a car that belonged to him, a Tesla. Give
That
us
we
the
were doing it.
details.
So
Catch
they
us up.
found the body in the Tesla last week. The body was just in the impound, and so the police were called because of the smell. Of course, the body had decomposed so badly that uh, they couldn't identify the person. And so now we have those details. The person that was found, her name was Celeste Rivas. She was only 13 years old when she ran away from home. Her loved ones had reported her missing, but because she had repeatedly run away, everyone just assumed that she would, come back. The last time the family had heard from her, though, was May 2024. And
Wow.
the mother said that she had said that she had a boyfriend at the time on that last call and that his name was David. We don't know
Oh.
if she actually met the boyfriend face to face, but that is what we know. Uh, the latest and probably the most strange, I don't know if strange is the right word, but investigators have made him pull down his clothing line. Apparently his clothing line, it was a bloodied shirt with a handprint. And so he was selling white shirts with blood on them. They look like someone had killed someone in the shirts, but this was a part of his clothing line. Not to mention, throughout his music, there are lyrics of murder and killing. And
This is R&B. When
this is
when
R
they
and
start singing
B.
about When the R&B artists start singing about murder.
Yeah, and one
Can
of
we
his
wait?
hit
Hold on. Pause
songs.
for a second. Do
Yeah.
you? Are there any Marvin Gaye song like? Let's think about Sam Cooke, R&B. Like, okay,
Mhm.
Tank. Does Tank like R&B? I think Tank because he
I know
genuine. Like who's
D'Angelo.
singing?
D'Angelo
D'Angelo.
definitely had a song.
What? What
I
was
don't know
it?
if I can say the words on the air
Say it.
because
Say it. Come on. What is it?
get down,
Uh huh.
motherfucker.
Okay.
That
Oh, you
song
better
is
go there,
about
Rod. Got a little. Come on, Rod. I see you. I see you. Rod got a little dulcet
that song is
tones. Yes.
about killing a man that sleeping with your wife.
I
That
thought
might
that
be
was
what
about weed. That wasn't about weed.
that's
Brown
brown sugar.
sugar. Yeah.
Okay. All
It was
right.
about the
All right.
weed, yeah.
All right.
So
Thank you. I'm getting so
but
much
other than
education
that,
here.
man, I'm really drawing a blanket violence and R&B. I feel like, but I've told you before on here, I feel like we lost something when the dude stopped begging the women to have sex with him in the R&B. We lost something because now they don't got nothing to talk about. They talk about stealing your girl and how cool they are, and it's not the same as just somebody that's
No.
earnestly, just righteously begging a woman to have sex.
Here we are. So the body was so badly decomposed, you were saying last week, that they couldn't identify
That's right.
Mm.
other than the gender. Now we find out it's a girl who I think she's 15.
Yep.
They've got and I was. Is this in California? I'm just curious because
Well, I
California.
believe that the car was in Texas in an impound lot.
Okay.
So
All
remember,
right.
she had run away from home. So, and
Mm.
I want to say one thing that the fans were really important because I think he wanted to distance himself from her, but people began sending in photos to the police and
Mm.
posting them online of him with her. So
Oh,
there was, so needless to say, the rest of his world tour is canceled, and all of the artists that had recorded with him have distanced themselves from him since. And so there we are. He's on hold.
yeah, I saw
Okay.
something that
Good.
said they had like matching tattoos or something like that too. That
Mm.
was like some weird detail. And I just, like I said, I have not seen a headline about this person
Isn't
since
that
they've entered
something?
into my consciousness less than a week ago. Haven't seen one headline that was good. Everything has been like, oh God, what's going on with him?
There's gonna be a true crime special on Tubi, I'm sure, next week.
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some research earlier in the week on another story, and I came across something called an ebony alert. Are you familiar with the
Mm-hmm.
ebony alert?
Yes.
California has a system finding missing black people between the ages of 12 and 25. That's why I asked if she was from California, because
Mm.
there would have been an ebony alert, like an amber alert, that was established in 2024 by the state of California. Actually, the California Highway Police established this, and I think it's really important that we're going to have to become our own journalists and our own police
Mm.
and our own investigators. So shout out to the fans that were able to help solve this. And we don't know, he has not been arrested as far as I know.
Yeah, as far
Jamel?
as don't know.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Before we go to the next story, you were telling me about something I tried to engage with a previous guest about. If you could, and this is for the audience, if you could get $1 billion, but
Hmm.
and there's several things that if you can get $1 billion, but tell the story because I know I messed it up.
See, yeah, but you didn't know. See, I don't have it, but I can tell you, I think I remember the gist of it. You would receive $1 billion, but you would have to be an infant again, all
Mm.
over again. You'd have to start from zero.
Okay.
And
Would
so
you
I
take
don't
it?
know if I don't know if you get to retain your memory or if you just
You
have to
can if
start
you're an
over.
infant.
I know, but maybe you could. I mean, if the fact that you're going doing the Benjamin Buttons things might make it possible to retain some of your memories or something going forward. It just starts coming back to you. But I don't know. But
Um,
yeah, so
I
would you do it? Billion
I
dollars.
don't
You don't
know.
know that you're going to get the money. You
Right.
won't know until you reach adulthood that you're going to get it. And you have to start all over again at zero.
So I don't know what my decision would be, but the reason is making me smile is that my wife's favorite um like subgenre of anime right now is this thing called isekai. Now, isekai is essentially like a person who is reborn into another world, and then they have a bunch of different parameters on each one. Like there's so many of these shows, y'all, and she's watched them all. She's now watching K-drama isekai. She done watch all the cartoons. It's crazy, but it's always something like this is the premise is what I'm saying. Like, okay, you start over as a baby, but in this world, you get all the knowledge of when you're an adult. So you can like literally think like an adult, even when you're an infant, but you're an infant. So you can't really do anything.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
You're trying to manipulate the world. So everything y'all were saying just made me wonder about those questions of like, okay, but what are the rules to this world? I'm a baby, but I got my knowledge from my previous life.
Okay, so I think you start over, and this is where I landed. Because my mom's in her 80s, and I know damn well she ain't changing diapers. So who gonna take care of me? I don't trust nobody else.
Problem. You've got to find someone to raise you.
Ain't nobody else.
Right.
You know, and babies are vulnerable. You ain't got you have no power.
What if some adult swoops in as your legal guardian, takes your $1 billion legally?
Correct.
And now you a baby, you gotta wait till you 18 to even be able to do something.
And then the money gone because some people and then you want to fight, and then you
right.
I said nah, I wouldn't take that deal just because of the raising.
Yeah.
Who's gonna raise me?
And what happens? Let's say there is no malfeasance. You're gonna get your $1 billion.
Right.
But what kind of person would you be if you knew you had $1 billion from the time you were born?
But you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know until you received it, until you turned a certain age or whatever age it is that you made the decision to do this.
So your life would essentially, you'd start over at 0, hope to make it to 18, and then get blessed with $1 billion.
$1 billion,
right?
Yeah,
but everything else stays the same. So you do have to look for someone to raise you. I don't know if you make the deal ahead of time. The worst situation would probably be if the person, like you said, Rod, if the person said they would raise you and then something happens to them.
Right. Yeah. So you basically just taking a chance.
I said no because I like who I am, and who I am is a direct result of my parents.
Right.
My environment, my grandmother. I wouldn't know my grandmother.
Right. I think when you look around at humanity, you realize what a Russian roulette we're playing to get through life and be a well-balanced, well-adjusted person. So basically the question is, how do you feel about yourself? Do you feel happy enough right now that you wouldn't want to roll the dice again, but know that at some point you may come into $1 billion? I think I would stick with where I'm at now. I love my life, and I don't want to trade it for anything, even the hardships of it.
I mean, you wouldn't even know Karen because you're
that's
a baby.
What I'm saying.
And then she's gonna be so much older, and that's gonna be weird.
That's like, do I go to Karen and say, "Can you raise me?" You know?
And then how weird is that?
Right. That's what I'm saying. I can't have that.
I think you guys are saying that from a place of privilege too,
of course.
Right? Because would we get the same answer everywhere around the world?
I don't think so. I mean, I think I'm not saying I don't think I'm privileged. I'm saying I think you're right. Absolutely. I think that's why I said ultimately it's not a question of what's better. It's a question of what you're really asking any person when you ask this question is, how do you feel about your life right now? Would you be like, look, I don't know, I'm rolling the dice. I'll take that bet. Or are you like, I like where I'm at right now, and I don't want to lose it to even get another role. This is where I want to be. I think that's ultimately the question you're asking every person that considers this.
Here's the other thing. I grew up in the time when I was sharing yesterday. We had a lady on the show who she has a movement around sewing. Stitch Please is her podcast. It brought back memories because my grandmother used to sew, and I remember her singing, her little black singer. But then I started thinking about my childhood and, making little rugs and making, crocheting a scarf but then playing outside and having a telephone with a cord on it. And I remember 8 tracks, even though I never had one in a car, but then we went through the cassettes and then the Walkman. I experienced a time where I think that today's kids, they don't have, they're just, I wouldn't want to be born right now. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't want to be a baby right now because this world is effed up and I don't know what's coming. And I kind of like the memories that I have, and whatever shakes out here, oh well. But I'm going to keep what I got. And who needs $1 billion? That's where I really landed. And then what?
Like I said, it just depends on how you already feel about your life. I can see, and also when you ask, because it's not like everybody's life been sunshine every day. There might have been a time you would have asked me when I'll be like, yes, give me, this is trash. What's going on right now? And it could change tomorrow. You could get a weird healthcare diagnosis. You could get weird financial find out somebody been taking your money or something. You'd be like, man, roll this bad boy over. So I think it's really just you're asking me, how do I feel about life today, not even for $1 billion. I'm good.
Same. How about you, Tremell?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Trifecta. Okay, get back to the news. What else you got?
Okay, I ran this story by you already, and you were upset, and I understand why. But Jaden Smith is moving to Paris as he's become the new men's creative director for Christian Louboutin. In a lengthy story with Louboutin, Smith confirmed the news. And so, yeah, he'll be the new creative director. He said that this is one of the biggest honors of his life, and he feels a lot of pressure, but he's excited about it. And Louboutin said, I love the way he digests information and the way he does things, and I just can't wait to move forward with him. And so there you have it. Jaden Smith is now a creative director for a major, major brand in Paris.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I said off mic had more to do with this. How old is Christian Louboutin? He's like 81. It's like an 81-year-old, and he loves the way Jaden digests what now. I got questions. Is all. I just have questions, and
right.
And I don't know. Outside of that one movie he did with his dad, I didn't see whole lot of creative. I don't even think that was creative. I don't remember.
It's interesting. Like,
After
where
Earth?
did he find him?
He discovered
Jaden. He discovered Jaden Smith.
Who discovered him?
Christian did.
Discovered what?
That's what I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he saw him, walking somewhere. I don't know.
I do have questions more like, because I've just never considered them before. What are the qualifications for being the head of the brand? Like, is there a school? Is there class, internships? Do you just spend enough time around the fashion industry? Do they just look at you and be like, I like the cut of your jib. Come on over here and pick everybody's clothes. Because I don't know. And before I denigrate this kid, I was thinking like, I don't know what Christian did to get it. I don't know what the person after him that's feeling skipped over. I don't know what they did. Like, what are the rules over here? Or have y'all just been freestyling like this my whole life?
Jaden supposedly has a lot of followers, and so
I was gonna say
that's an asset to the company. So
okay,
maybe
we're in the rules. We're talking about it, and I don't think anybody was talking about Christian Louboutin's anything yesterday. And now we're talking about him today. New York Times has a headline: "What does Jaden Smith know about shoes?"
Really?
Question mark. Question mark. I don't know what he knows about shoes.
I guess we're gonna find out. I mean, I didn't know what Virgil. I didn't know how he got it, and then Virgil Abloh was like everywhere after a while, and and I'm just a plebe with this fashion stuff, so like I'm sure it trickles down to me, but not in a way that I would know how it got there. I'm just like, oh, this is on the rack now. I guess we wearing long sleeves or hoodies all day, every day. Apparently, that's what the kids is into. I'm just following fashion like y'all.
I have a prediction.
What's that?
Negro Damas, let me know. I think that we are entering an era where none of this is going to matter. Whether people got on red bottoms and all of the stuff people have been rapping about for years. Who cares? Your labels don't matter. Shout out to the global majority. Shout out to Actively Black. Shout out to anybody doing something that is positive. I think we're going to go back to the black medallions, no gold. Remember that era when we were, before hip hop got corrupted? I think because the pendulum's swinging. And I'm looking forward to it going all the way back. All right, what else?
That would be nice. I think that would take a lot of pressure off people too, because how much money and pressure is on just how we look, and especially since the advent of Instagram. Like, how if I had $1 for the amount of times you just hanging out with friends and you're like, let's commemorate this with a picture. It's like, hold on, we gotta take 12 of them. Hold on, not this angle. Well, let me see. You didn't post that without me looking. I'm like, we have ruined the good time. We was just, like back when we had Polaroids, nobody was thinking about somebody just snapped a picture. We'd be glad if it get put in somebody's book one day, and we just moved on because it was about the time we were having. But yeah, maybe if we get away from materialism, we can get back to like just being.
Which is why I don't want to be a baby again. All right, go ahead. 866. Another reason why I'm not gonna be a baby. Welcome. Go ahead. What else you got on your list?
Cardi B
today?
is releasing her highly anticipated sophomore album, Am I Drama? That's the name of the album. It's 23 tracks long. Janet Jackson, Lizzo, Selena Gomez, Megan
Oh,
Thee Stallion, and more are
wow.
a part of the project.
Okay, it's
Nice.
about
I haven't
time.
heard it yet.
About damn time. Well, I don't know if this is from it, but I
Hmm.
saw her spit some bars that I thought were good.
Listener
What do I know?
discretion is advised.
All right.
Okay.
You a fake ghetto bitch and I don't like them. Your mama used to fuck around with white men. Disgusting. Girl trifling. I hate when a bitch thinks she cute cause she light skinned. Talking about culture, you wildin'. Look, meatball, you Italian. I'm Cardi B, shorty. Who you wanna be, shorty? You from Boston. Let's have a little tea party.
Tea party. What? I said, oh, she spun some lyrics. Who's she talking about though? I feel like she's
That's what I want to know. She talking about Lotto?
Okay.
Mm.
Oh, Smith. Wait, hold on. Smith sent me the article. Hold on, Smith.
Who's
you
she
know it was
talking about?
hectic. Smith, come in and tell her who the hell is she talking about. Oh, just tell us. Who is she talking about? Smith, come on, jump in on this news. Hello?
Oh my
Hello?
goodness.
So someone by the name of BIA, never heard of him
Bia.
before.
Oh, Bia.
Bia?
Is she light skinned in it? Yeah, now I got
I didn't even see a photo of her in the article.
I don't even know Bia. This is new to me. I'm about to-
Now, she making somebody famous. I hope she got a deal
Right.
with her. Let me see. BIA images of.
Let me find it.
Ain't
I'll-
even nobody
I'll add
on
it to
here.
the chat.
Okay. All right. Is it Daniela BIA? No, I don't know who that is. I
It
feel
says
like Mariah right
Bianca Michaela Landrow,
now.
no,
Okay. Did she
professionally known as
light-skinned it?
Bia.
I just sent it in the
Uh,
chat.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, she kind of light skinned it. It's light skin on light skin violence, really.
I see. Well, Cardi don't see. Cardi feel dark skin. She got dark skin energy like
you know,
I
they
do.
do say, I'm like, hey, not my business to the point, but I'm just saying what I heard.
What you heard?
They do
What you
say,
heard?
like, some light skinned people is raised light skin. That's something my light skinned friends have said, and some
What
aren't.
does that mean? What does
I
that
think
mean?
I think when you said the Cardi B thing, I think you kind of said something without saying it, but some
Okay.
people is kind of raised a different, I guess, different way of viewing through the color spectrum their
Yes.
place in the black diaspora
Like,
versus others.
I was insulted if somebody called me light skin. Like,
Right.
Them,
That's what
them
I'm saying.
fighting
Yeah.
words. But I mean, I do have a clip about some light skin conversation that we're gonna have later, but I don't want to interrupt this. So Cardi B has some new music coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it, Rod. I'll hear it, but I don't know. Is it
I'm
in
gonna
your
stream
rotation?
it. I'm sure I'm gonna stream it. I got the alert on my Spotify because I had it saved at midnight. It was like the new Cardi B, Amount of Drama. And then I got busy and forgot to listen to it today, but I will listen to it because I have been anticipating this because it's been so long. And that first album completely blew everybody with low expectations. It blew us all out the water. Like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't know you had it. She has killed all her features over the last like 4 or 5 years, but it's been so long. I was like, is she never coming out with this album? What's happening? And now I do want to know the drama because her life is getting messy again. She done got divorced. She got a baby on the way. The man she having a baby with got some type
Got
of
a baby on the
paternity.
way.
Paternity
Right.
leave.
Got a baby on
Come
the way.
on. Like, y'all don't want to get into this tea? I'm going to get into this tea.
It's so messy.
And she just
It's
won
so
a court
messy.
case.
Yeah. And,
And
yeah.
yes. Okay.
So look, I'm gonna be honest. It's mostly because I'm nosy. I'm just want to go over there. I didn't even know you played this clip. I'm like, oh, she talking trash about people. So yeah, I definitely want to get the tea on this, and hopefully it's good enough that it hits the rotation. Plus, I think her music make good gym music. And I've been trying to stay in the gym, so it's like cool, something else to lift weights to and do
I
cardio.
love it. All right. And she is pregnant. Breaking news, because she told Gail that after people were saying, after she did she throw something at somebody who questioned whether she was pregnant at the trial? She threw something at people telling them to mind their business.
You know why? Because the
Okay.
game is to be sold, not told. I stand a marketing genius like Cardi B. She said, don't spoil the movie, baby. I'm finna when I tell y'all, I'm gonna be telling y'all while I'm promoting the album or putting up an Instagram post or a sponsorship. She's not giving away nothing for free. I love her. She messy, but I love her.
Yeah, no, she is entertaining for a time such as this, and she's not as harmful as some other people. All right.
Exactly.
Any more news? You got anything else on
Well,
your
no,
list?
I think that the last thing is that Bridget McCrone, she's moving forward with her lawsuit, and she's going to offer
Against?
against Candace Owens. She's moving
Okay.
forward with the defamation lawsuit, and she says that she is going to present scientific proof that she is a woman. And
Mm.
so her scientific team is in place, and they will present everything scientific so that she can prove once and for all, because this is not the first time that she has been accused of not being a woman, which is,
Mm.
and to this
Can
all,
I?
Candace Owens says that she can't wait to see the scientific proof because she stands by what she knows. So this
She
is a
been in that
showdown.
lady's cootie cat. So listen, and this is a question for everybody listening. 866-801-8255. In our circle, B Flat is a comedian, Beverly Perkins. She's got a very deep voice, and she says when she's on the phone, people call her sir. Being misgendered is, I don't know, if as a woman, is one of the most devastating things you can be to me. And I just wonder if other women feel that way, like that this woman has to go prove her gender. Yesterday, I think I saw a clip of Nancy Mace, horrible human being who's running for governor in South Carolina, talking to the mayor of D.C. And she said, what's a woman? And she said, I'm a woman. Are you a woman, Nancy Mace? Yes, I'm 100% a woman. Like, they were going back. I'm like, where are we right now? That this is even a situation. Candace Owens, why do you care whether this woman's a woman? If the president of damn France is married to this person and this person is his wife, it ain't none of our business. I don't know why this woman got to go to court. I feel so bad for her, especially if she's gonna prove she's they did that to Michelle Obama, and I
They
was
did.
furious. I'm still furious every time I see these pictures of them with her, grabbing a fake crotch and everything. I was like, that is so hurtful. While she may put on her, her strong face, and it's like, I'm okay when they go low, we go high, but it's these people. Rod, thoughts and prayers. Tremell, thoughts and prayers.
So on the one hand, I appreciate the pettiness of I'll go to court. I'll put the whole damn let's go. Everybody get your pictures out, get your Polaroids out. I'll show y'all everybody what's going on. I'm gonna win this case, dummy. I told you leave me alone. And now when I countersue you for everything, it's Cardi B versus Tasha K. I get,
Okay.
Let's go. Like, I'm with the fight. And I'm with everything else you said too. Like that, it sucks. And it clearly must have got to her because she didn't say it was because of Candace Owens. She said it's something she's had to deal with for a while. But in this landscape where people don't really need to have truth, they, where somebody like Candace Owens doesn't really have a lane. There's not a thing Candace Owens does. None of us can name what productive thing she does that helps our society along. We can't really name what she is. What's her job title? Like it's just, so your job title is advising politics and questioning people's gender and talking bad about George Floyd, and like what do you do exactly over there other than just try to be relevant every day? So I hope that Bridget wins. I hope that she sues the pants off of her. But yeah, I'm with you. It sucks because this is our reality. This shouldn't even attract traction. Like, this is the kind of thing
that's it.
Not even 10 years ago, even like Michelle Obama's a great point because she was probably the first canary in the coal mine for me to be like, oh, it's people in the world that got a whole different reality. Y'all remember that, like, maybe period of like 2 to 3 years where white ladies were trying to say she wasn't attractive?
Yes.
And it would be like the most sack of potatoes from Idaho ass woman. Like, it would be somebody where we would all be like, I know you ain't talking.
Right.
And like every time they got exposed, it's like, so you look in the mirror and then you look at her and you want me to think one of y'all is ugly and it's not you. Okay. But it lets you know they have a whole different reality over there. They not with the rest of us who are walking around like Michelle Obama, top 2 FLOTUSes, and I don't mean number 2. You know what I mean? Like, they live in a whole different universe. And so maybe this is an extension of that, because France ain't even our business. I don't even know why Candace Owens would even be talking about what's going on in France.
That part. 866-801-8255. All right. Speaking of sack of potatoes, there's a Jermaine Dupri story.
Yes. Well, it wasn't actually a story. And I think that you have the audio for it, is what you told me.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
he's got some nerve.
Smith, play the Jermaine Dupri clip. Smith, did I
Out
send
of
it to-
all the stories and just all the years that we have seen you really grow in front of our eyes, just truly, I always liked you and Janet Jackson together. Okay, don't judge me. I thought you guys were great together. Do you also feel like that was a fumble? Because I feel like it was a fumble. I wanted you guys to last.
I don't know what a fumble is though. I be trying to figure out why y'all don't ever say she fumbled me.
I don't know. I don't feel like she would mess up. Maybe again, my perception of Janet
I'm
is
just
Janet.
saying, like I'm not something that you just
You're a
be
catch,
like,
too.
You just don't let me just roll down the street and just go. You know what I mean? I ain't that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's that delusion that Rod was speaking about. Rod, is that same delusion? Is
He in
serious?
another reality, apparently.
So he
That's-
came back as a baby, and the
Right.
baby didn't have.
and it never grew up to a full-grown adult, apparently.
Yo.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's not a catch. He's a catch for a certain kind of thought. And
Right.
but no, yeah,
Ah.
he's not a catch. We
Wow.
I don't think of
Okay.
him as, no one thinks of him as a catch, right?
Well, I mean,
I
he's
think-
got,
Other than him
he's got
having
money.
money, he has a money and a
I-
name, but he's not a catch. No.
I think the operative problem is not whether or not he's a catch. It's none of us think he should think he a catch for Janet Jackson.
Janet
Like,
Jackson.
For
I'm
Right.
sure there's a person he
Right.
could have named. We'd be like, you know what, y'all was cute together.
Right.
Janet
Oh.
Jackson from Inception, every single person face the first time they heard they was together was like, come on, man, for real though. Who she dating?
What is happening?
Yeah.
What?
You know, Janet dating Jermaine Dupri. Nah, man, man, you play too much, man. What's that on The Onion? Like, none of us believed it. So, like, to hear him try to reframe it 20, 30 years later, like, man, she was the one that was lucky to be with me. It's like, none of us believes that, JD. You got to stop playing.
But that's the reason that they broke up. If you remember, if you've seen the that little documentary that they did, the reason they broke up is because she was getting a lot of attention and he felt that he was in his prime and that he deserved to be out there, because if he could pull her, he could pull anyone. And so he wanted to prove that to himself.
That's
And
what
so-
he says to us.
Yeah.
I think what happened was she woke up and said,
Ew.
I'm Janet Jackson. What? And then she just walked out the house and never came back. Guys, I don't think they had a fight. I don't think she caught him cheating. I think she just was like, what the boy, I was going through a phase.
Woo.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm gonna say less. All right, I'm gonna say less because I know more. Let's go to a break. We got a bunch of callers, and the callers are here. They want to talk about being a baby or the $1 billion. We got a couple of
Okay.
those to get to, as well as some other things. And you folk on YouTube, we going bye-bye. We're going to see y'all later. We're going to unstream this and maybe head over to Nubia. Tremell, stick around because I think people got questions and comments on your great news. When we come back, we're going to be here. The number is 866-801-8255, 866-801-TALK. It's the Karen Hunter Show. Roger.